Yes, Saj.
Yes.
Jazakallah Sheikh. Question for you regarding intimacy in a combined family system. As you know, a lot of our cultural values that we carry from certain communities, it's frowned upon if you show intimacy to your spouse. How do you deal with those type of situations?
Okay. What does the life of a Muslim demand of him? And what do they say of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Before he entered his wife's chambers, whatever, what's the first thing he did? He used miswak, isn't it? He did, that was the thing, right? Did he demonstrate his love and affection? He did, without fail. In fact, I don't think there is ever a person that is more romantic than Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam and caring. I'm one. We today, because of culture and living in a so-called patriarchal society, we do not show any emotion, right? Now, we are not living anymore on extended families. And even if there's one thing for a father to be physically absent, but to be emotionally absent is worse, right? Now, you find that we are creatures of habit. When we grew up, I grew up with my uncles, my grandfather, and all of them I grew up. And they used to tell me, for example, you know what, Idris, your daddy loves you. All those things. So when you are growing up in that environment, naturally you want to also show your parents respect, right? I'm not saying, for example, that when you walk into your home, when you go there, you are seeing your wife there. Your mom, your dad, give them a hug. Also give your wife a hug. You're giving her a hug. And that's very, very important. It's an expression of love and appreciation. Now what happens, I find that in some communities, and you and I dealt with some of that, and you know that, where the women have become so resentful. They are so upset at the fact that the husband shows no love, right? They're living in that environment. Because they are very, very quiet, they assume they are very, very happy. Right? Now something else I'll also tell you is this, that our sisters, they also belong to the ummati of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And they're not defined by the gender, they're not defined by the fact that they are married, they're not defined by the profession. They are defined by one important thing, they too are vicegerents on this earth. You know what I'm saying to you? So this is a very, very important thing. We need to really, really change that, right? And something else I'll tell you, right? In another study, right? In a marriage, in the first 2 or 3 years, right? If there have been some disagreements and the disagreements have been resolved, that is a good foundation for the marriage. But in a marriage where they never had any overt disagreements, they never discussed the issues, it looks like a picture of quietude and peace. Much later they have issues. Right? So what I'm saying, we need to be far more expressive about the love. We need to show it. Because in the end, remember this, that our kids that grow up, their minds and hearts are seduced by those individuals that have nefariousness in their heart because they're not getting the love from their parents. There is someone else who is grooming them for something that goes antithetical to Islam. So, to answer your question, that we must demonstrate our love and affection. And when you do it in front of your kids, you're promoting the institution of marriage. Right? Sadly, there are some people who are saying, if this is marital life all about, why should I get married? Psychologists have said also that if you go through issues in your marriage, there is a great chance your children will also go through the same issues. Great chance, right? Okay?